Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Pseudos Crochet and More. This is your host Crystal. Today I am going to attempt to do the Red Heart Granny all-in-one square. This is the first one that they came out with. I do have two different colors here. This one here I got from my local Walmart at $2.50. Now, I don't know why it was marked that way. It did not say it was clearance or anything like that. Because when I went back, they had it at the regular price. I did get this one for $2.50. And this one here, I'll go over the colors and everything in a minute. This one here, the purple and the blue, and I'm guessing black here. This is actually purple, like a light purple, dark purple, really dark purple. It looks blue on screen, but it could look purple to you, I'm not sure. I got this one from Joann's. They were doing buy one get one 50% or something like that. I think these were actually $6.99 each for the Granny's all-in-one squares. They also have the power flower power ones, which I'll do in a different video. Alright, so the one that I got from Walmart, I do believe is the one I'm going to do this sample on. This one is called Soft White / Shadow or Blanco Suave. This is 100% acrylic. It is 8.8 ounces or 250 grams, 417 yards, or 381 meters. You're supposed to be able to get 14 granny squares. I'm trying to see if my light, there we go. 14, let me see. Come on. I know you want to work, right? Come on. Okay. I know it's kind of glaring and I'm sorry about that. This is really early in the morning. Okay, so one ball equals 14 granny squares, and they want you to center pull on this, I do believe, because if not, then it won't come out right. So I know that you're supposed to have a certain amount of stuff, but we'll get that into that here in just a second. And then this one here that I got from Joann's is Black Grape Granny, and it's the same specs. These are made in, because a lot of people like to know where these are made in. Where is it? Made in India. And same with this one here, made in India. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take the band off. I really don't like that you have to take the band off. I wish they'd put these directions on yarnspirations.com. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to bust it this way. I really don't like doing this. Sorry for all the extra noise here. Okay. Alright, now, let's see. Okay. Where the heck are the... actual instructions? This has on here how to make something. So they do have a pattern in here for Best Invest crochet t-shirt. Well, this is not cool. Huh. Interesting. Okay, here we go. So, they give you all these instructions beforehand, which is not cool. Let's see. I know that there is special instructions that you're supposed to make sure that your tail at the beginning is a certain length, but it's not written on this one. I'm still looking at this information because I know for the flower power one, it tells you that you're supposed to have a tail with so long, or else it will not work. And I'm almost wondering if they forgot to put that on here. I want to say it's supposed to be like 6 inches. Let me get my tape measure. Okay, so I have this handy dandy yellow one for like sewing. I want to say it's supposed to be 6 or 7 inches long. So we'll try with 6 to see what happens. All right. Actually, I'm going to start at the 1 inch. Okay, this is just bouncing back on me. That's technically 7 inches. Right there. I know it says 8, but I'm starting at the 1 on my and I am using the recommended hook size, which is a 5.5. Okay, I am just not going to get this here today. All right. Let's try this again. All right. now. Oh, well, I'm just knocking everything over. All right. And then it's chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slip stitch back into this one here. Now, I'm sorry, this is probably not going to show up very well on camera because it is black. I didn't even think of that when I started this, but I don't think the other color would have been much better either. Let's see. Yep, all right. Sweet. All right. And then, okay, get this back over here. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I need to do 1, 2, okay, this does not pull out very easily, so you'll have to three. Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right, and then it is 3, 1, 2, 3. Should I just do a half double crochet? Probably. One, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Has anybody else tried this actually as the granny square? I know a lot of people don't like it for the granny square part, but okay. And that's how much black I have left. I still have chain 3 and 2 more double crochet in the center here. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1. And this is going to change at the wrong time. So my tension is too loose, even though I'm using the recommended hook and in a Susan Bates. Or I started off with too big of a tail. So let's see here. Because that should not have come up yet. Because this would be the next round. It should have started when I slip stitched into the chain, top of the chain 3 here. So I'm pretty sure, unless they did something wrong with the chain 3 in between. Yep. So I will have to come back. Let's see, I got a few more minutes. I'm doing this before I start work this morning, so I've got a little bit of playtime. I'm gonna need to try this with just chain 2s in between instead of chain 3s, because I really don't think it's supposed to be chain 2 for corners. I know that they say chain 3, but that's not. We'll see if that makes a difference. Okay, that was 2. Actually, I will need to go back and fix this one too, because that's got the chain 6 on there, and the three of those chains are for the first double crochet. So let's try this again. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you've tried this, did you have to change anything with it? Or did it work for you first time? Because this, it's supposed to be an, so you don't have to worry about all the ends to weave in, and 2, 3, chain 2, 1, 2. Okay. I don't know, this feels like it's a really big 5. I bet you, no, this is a 5. 5.5, okay. This feels like it's a bigger 5.5 millimeter hook. If this doesn't work out right, then I'm going to have to go down a size, because let's see. And my yarn is splitting. Okay, so that's 1, 2. One more time with the 3 double. 2. 3. 1, 2. 2 double. Now I've got all this left. We'll see. We shall see. I don't know how they figured all of this. Alright. Go. Alright. Hey! That worked out much better. Okay. And then join. Here. And there's the first round. And then slip stitch into the next one. So we got the 4 corners. I don't know why that doesn't look like 4 corners. That's supposed to be a corner there. What the heck happened? Let me go. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to put this in my hand here. So this is the round, this is round 1. And I did have to change it up just a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, and then slip stitch into this one. And then chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This yarn is getting very splitty on me. All right. 1 and into the next, into the corner. One, 2. Chain 1. I've been kind of dreading on trying this because everybody's had so much trouble with it that I wasn't sure how it was going to work for me. So I did not, I was like, well, I finally decided that I was going to go ahead and give this a review. Again, let me know in the comments section if you've tried this yarn, if you like it, if you didn't like it and you're going to use it some other way, like just crocheting it, how it plays out. Alright, chain 1. Now, according to this, there's quite a few rows. Well, no, it should be covered. Okay, so there will be another color change on the next row. Okay. Just have to make sure that it changes that way. Getting very close. It's going to go to this weird yellow color. I don't know if you guys can see that really good. It's like a really, really light yellow. I'd almost call this color newspaper print. More. One. And then into this here, I know I'm going to have to do the other 2 double crochet to complete that corner. And my color changed before it should have. So, it's right here that changed. So I'm wondering if I don't do the chain 1s, if it will fix itself. Oh, yeah. Or did I do something? Let's try it without the chain 1s. This yarn, I know I've heard a lot of people say that you really have to play around with it. To get the right tension or the right so it works out right. My brain was farting. 2. And I may find that I have to not do it exactly like the pattern says to do it to make it work for me. Alright, so there's my first complete corner. I still don't know what the heck happened there. It's almost like the yarn split. Let me know what your thoughts are about this yarn in the description box below. If you've tried it, if you've thought about trying it but are afraid to try it because what you've heard other people say about it, it doesn't hurt to get just one skein of it, to try it. And if you really like it, you can get, go get more. I preemptively bought the purple one because I love purple. And they did not have that color at Walmart when I saw this one. So, 3. All right, and then over to this. One more. Okay, and I am actually at the good spot right here. So, right at the color change. So, I have figured out how I have to work this. So now, slip stitch into this one. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, two, three. Jump over to the, which this should have been a chain 1 space, but it's not. I do like this. It is nice because you don't have to keep color changing. It does stink that you have to keep pulling from the center here, but that's okay. I'm hoping to get this done here within the next few minutes, but we'll see. It's not that hard once you get the hang of it on what you're supposed to do. I mean, I would use this concept with any granny square that you make, even if you change the color on your own, because this is a really nice pattern on how to start your rounds. That I do like, because it's not the standard granny square pattern that people do. So I'm gonna see if I can get this to work without having to look at the directions again. I really hope you guys enjoy this video today, because like I said, I've had this particular yarn that I'm working with for a while now. I was very, very lucky to get it for the $2.50 that they had at Walmart for it, because like I said, when I went back, this same color was back to normal price, which was like $7 something. But thankfully, the lady that rang me up took me for my, because I know, because I double checked the color versus the price tag and all that, and it was like $2.50. I'm like, how the heck? I should have bought more of it, but I did not, because I wasn't sure on how I was going to feel about this yarn. Because it's not like other yarns, so let's see here. And I do believe this finishes in white. So nope, it goes back to like a really light gray. What the heck is this white then? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe it is white and it just looks gray to me. Alrighty. Almost done, almost done. It's gonna be a finish. It's gonna be a finish. Alright. Alright, so this one ended right before I was supposed, before my last two um, double crochet for this last corner. So let me make sure, because I did not do any chains in between. I could have tightened up a little bit. So let's go back to here. Actually, I could have loosened up a little bit, not tightened up. Loosened a little bit. All right, and then let's see, did that give me enough? Maybe, maybe not. Nope, that really made it change too soon. If it was over here and it did that, that would be one thing, but I still have the last two to do. So I'm crocheting a little looser on this round. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I need to go a little tighter. And I will pick this video back up after I am done working today. So I know you'll see this later, but I will post that this video will be delayed today, so I can show you guys what it looks like when done with the correct tension. Alright, well, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, hello everyone, and after several hours, I am back to finish the recording. I did not have a chance to come back after my shift the other day, so I'm picking back up where I left off. I did pull out, as you can see, the round that I was working on because my tension wasn't correct or something was going on that was making it off. So I'm going to try this again. I'm going to go ahead and chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm going to go in here and do the corner as they ask it to be done in the instructions. Now this is not a tutorial. If you want to learn this pattern, you can buy one skein of the Granny all-in-one Granny Square by Red Heart, and then you'll have the pattern. So, alright, keep this tight, a little tighter than I had it. Now see, there's black rubbing off on here. I'm guessing it's just an imperfection with the yarn here. I know I mentioned this in the video that I started to work this on, and then wound up being either too short or too much yarn used.
what are your thoughts on this yarn? Have you tried it? Have you tried making the granny squares? Are you just using it to make other things and it plays out however it plays out? Let me know in the comments section. And if you like these types of videos, please hit that like button, the thumbs up, and leave a comment. That way I know I can bring more content like this. Now I do also have the flower power one, but it will be in a different video. I know a lot of people who did not like this version of the all-in-one really liked that the flower power one was easier for them. I am not chaining one in between my 3 double crochet clusters or whatever you want to call these, because I did find out that that was actually not giving me enough yarn at the end to complete the round. So I'm trying to do this as tight as possible. As you can see, it's kind of curling, so I know it's really tight with my stitches here. I normally just crochet. I really don't ever really pay attention to my tension, which I'm guessing I should start paying attention to it because I am trying to design a blanket, or I might change it. I don't know. It was in my Whippin' update last Wednesday, so if you haven't checked that out, please check it out. It's a great video. It is a new pattern that I'm working on, and I'm gonna have to restart it again, so it's very easy, but it is a little different from a normal back and forth pattern. So I did say if you wanted me to do a tutorial, I will on it, but I would consider it, even though it's a very easy pattern, a more between intermediate and advanced. I wouldn't say it's a beginner pattern, but it is a really nice pattern. So, alright, chain 1 into this one. I'm really hoping this works out. I really do like this yarn. I know a lot of people are frustrated with it because you have to follow the instructions that they provide for you on how this should be worked up, and so many people are so used to doing it a certain way. Changing that does not benefit the way that they crochet granny squares. Some people do, they get to that last stitch and they just do that last stitch and turn. Some people just continually do in one direction. So, alright, now I need to do 2 more, and I still have only enough probably to do 1 more, and then it's going to change color on me again. So the next best thing to do is to change my hook size, because this is not working out like it should be. And I'm not chaining 1 in between, because if I did, the only spots I am chaining 1 are in the corners to denote the corners. But I'm not chaining 1 in between this 3 double crochet and this 3 double crochet. I'm not leaving that chain, I'm not doing a chain 1 there. But let's see. I'm going to see where we're at with it here. Maybe I will have enough. I don't know why. I'm going to do a single crochet. Yeah, that's good, Crystal. Just do a single crochet. Alright, because I need to do 2 doubles. And see, right there. I know I don't have enough. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to see if I can find my 5mm hook. Because I don't need to go up a size, I need to go down a size. That's my 4. Oh, where is my 5? I'll be right back. And I know this looks like it's almost like a pink color. Let me see if I can bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. But it's more of like an off-white color. I'm gonna see if that'll focus for you while I'm looking for a 5mm crochet hook to see if that helps. Let's see, which one is this one? That is a 6.5. That's gonna be way too big. What's this one? That's a 5, but that's a tapered. I need a non-tapered. And of course, I do not have. That's a 6.5. That's a 5.5. That's even smaller. That's a 3. That's way too small. Okay, let's see. It's a 6.5. Okay. I shall return. One moment. Okay, I am back. Let's see if I can find a 5mm crochet hook. That's my 6. This is my 5. Ooh, I think this is my 5. Yay, I found my 5. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and pull back to this corner. That's my 5.5. The red one, the blue one is my 5. Let's see here. It will look a little different because it is a size down, but we will see if this fixes my issue. Still gonna kind of crochet a little tight. Alright, there's 1/2 of the corner. Okay, now my 3 double. Center on top of the other one. And I do like this pattern because it gives a better way to start the corner, because if you did it how a lot of people do it, you would have to, because you're supposed to start in the corners each round. If you do it you continually going in the same direction. This one, you end in the corner, so you don't have to worry about slip stitching over to the corner because you ended in a different spot. Alright, now let's see. Ooh, I should have enough left to do that one, to finish this. Alright, I might actually have too much left now, so I might have to crochet a little looser. That's the whole thing about this yarn, is that you have to kind of play with it. Okay, and maybe just right. Let's go ahead and slip stitch into the top of the 1, 2, 3 chain. No, that's not right. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's right. Okay. and then you slip stitch over to the next, into the next part, and it's going to start with the gray. So changing the hook size on this round, on that round, did help with getting to the correct spot on the color change with the yarn. Now this is the end, I do believe, because it will change back to the black. And any extra that's left, I forgot my scissors. No, did I? Yes, I did. Well, I have my other pair of scissors in here, so that'll work. Okay. Let me see something. Where is... Actually, I have gray and then white. It ends in white. Okay, so let's go ahead, since I've got that all pulled out. 1, 2, 3, 4. I forgot that it ends in white. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's see. I went back to the 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. My hair, or my dog's hair, always gets tangled up in my yarn. That's okay. A little bit piece of meat in there isn't gonna hurt nothing. Not gonna gift this to anybody. I don't know what I'm gonna make with these just yet, because I did get the grape color, the purple and the blues, and so. All right, there's that. Into this space right here between the 3 double crochets, and there goes more hair of mine in there. Jeez. It hasn't really even been anywhere near me, so that's interesting to say the least. All right, next one, jump over. And I still have my 5 millimeter crochet hook in case I need to change the size, the hook size again. And this is gonna curl. I mean, granny squares can curl anyways, but I'm really crocheting a little tighter, I think, than I normally do. But, all right, and then jump over to this one, make a corner. But yeah, I would suggest, even if you're skeptical about this, if you've heard everybody else's reviews, you don't think it's going to work for you, I would still suggest giving it a try, because you never know. It might work out perfectly fine for you. You may not have to do any adjustments. You may crochet just like the person who tested this crochets. And I think the hook style might help. I prefer the inline hooks, the Susan Bates style hooks, because the head of the hook is the same as the rest of the hook, so it doesn't taper, it's in line with it. So where this is cut out from, if this was whole, this would all be flush together. That's not the same as a tapered hook. Tapered hooks are different, and you really do have to watch your tension with those. I mean, you still have to watch it with the inline hook too, but I think it's easier to keep attention because it's all the same size. So it's easier to keep it more consistent. And it also depends on how you hold your yarn and all that good stuff. All right, come on. I got more hair on this again. Ugh. Do you hate that when you get going on your crochet and you're like, where the hell the heck is this hair coming from? I have no idea. I mean, I know some of this is fuzz, but that's hair. We will see how this looks when it's done. Next week I'm going to try to get the Flower Power one done. And I'll do the same thing like I'm doing on this one. I'll show you guys have me work it up and show you guys and gals how easy or difficult it can be to work that one as well. I really don't think, I'm not getting to the point that I'm so frustrated I've given up on it, but I have learned, you know, you do have to pay attention to your tension. And the only time I think I would ever pay attention really to my attention to tension is if I was making a garment and you need it to be a specific size. You definitely want to make sure that your tension is the same as whoever created the pattern, so you know that the size is going to be correct. I did a Christmas hat. Don't know if you're new to the channel. If you're new to my channel, I did a video when I first started in 2023 of why I started to crochet, and I'm wearing the Christmas hat. Unfortunately, my husband decided to accidentally throw that one away because he was in a cleaning mood, and it was just there, and he just took everything and threw it away. I was kind of mad at him, but when he gets in those moods, it's anything that's there, it gets pitched. But needless to say, that one I did have to pay attention because it was specifically sized a certain way. I had made a couple extras of them. I had to give one to my mother-in-law because her sister took the hat that I gave her to see if she could replicate it and never gave it back to her. So I made her another one and gave it to her. Not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before. Alright. Let's get in here. And this one's working up okay so far. Crossing fingers, knock on wood. That I may not have to change my hook size again. But if I do, I do. It's not that big of a deal to me. I know it is to some because it's, you know, you're on a roll and you're like, I have to change my hook, I have to change my tension, what's going on? But, so it's coming along. It's coming along nicely. I do like that inside of the label, it has the instructions, but it also has a pattern in there for a shirt to make with the granny squares. I'm sure you can do other things with it too. Okay, that's that. Alright, on to the next one. And it looks like this, like I said, this might work up just fine. And if it doesn't, then I will change the hook down. I will go down a size like I did for the previous round just to get it finished. And then go back to the 5mm. I hope you all are enjoying those songs that I've created. If there's a specific type of song that you'd like me to create, let me know, and I will work on it. It could be related to anything that you want it to be related to. I have some other ones that are not yarn related, because menopause is a real right now. It's really wreaking havoc on my system. So, and any of you ladies that have gone through it know, I swear sometimes it's like, and I've never had children, but it's like childbirth. When you get older, you kind of forget what you went through, but if you just went through it, you kind of understand. So I might put that one out next week. It's pretty good, in my opinion. So I am gonna have to, as I was talking, let me see if this will. So I was right here, and white came up sooner than I thought it was going to. So I'm gonna go back to this corner, pull this corner out, and go back to my 5mm crochet hook, so I can redo this part. I'm not pulling the whole thing, just back to this corner. and then we will go from there and see how that worked. Again, I know this can be frustrating to some people because you're like, I shouldn't have to do this. It should work up just fine. I shouldn't have to worry about this, changing my hook size, things like that, which I kind of agree with you. I do. But I'm almost wondering who the heck did the testing and what hook, like what branded hook were they using? Were they using a Susan Bates or an inline hook? Were they using a tapered or a boy hook? It's just, it's interesting that you don't know how, like, they could recommend the hook, the type of hook that was used, but again, not everybody's tension's the same. Some people crochet very tightly, while others crochet very loosely, and it also depends, like, if you get in the groove and you start off tight, you could wind up loosening your stitches later on. So that can be frustrating. Like, you're like, oh, cool, it's going. And then all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, that's not the right size. What did I do? This looks smaller on this side than this side, or this looks bigger than it was. Has to do with the tension. And I'm going to try to start paying more attention to that here in the coming weeks because, like I said, okay, so this still started with the white sooner than I wanted it to. So, I may have to go all the way back around and use a 5mm hook on this round because it's unless I need to, let me try tighter. I know I'm crocheting pretty tight here because these stitches, like, they're just all over the place here. So if this doesn't work, then I will have to go back and start from the beginning instead of swapping out to the 5mm. Alright, try this one more time. I feel like it's a tighter tension between my fingers, but that doesn't necessarily mean it is going to be tighter. It just feels that way. Alright. And if it still changes before I need it to change, then we'll be pulling this one out here. It worked on the last round, so it may be that I just need to use the 5mm crochet hook. Let's see, where's this going to get me? Not much further. Because there's the change right there, and then it goes to the white. Okay, so I will have to pull this out and start from the beginning, which is okay. Doesn't, like I said, it doesn't really bother me. It might bother me more if I was really wanting to put this together in a project, but for right now, I'm just testing out the waters, as you could say. So there's that, okay. And I slip stitched into there, so 1, 2, 3. Again, this is not a tutorial. I want to make that very clear. This is not a tutorial. This is just me going through the process of using the all-in-one granny square yarn by Red Heart. So please do not take this as a tutorial. Alright. I mean, if you're watching and you can pick up, that's one thing, but I'm not telling you guys how to do this at all. I really wish that Red Heart would, or Yarn Inspirations would put the pattern up on their website for free instead of having to buy this yarn. I understand kind of why they're doing it, because they want you to try the yarn, but it's a nice pattern you could use with any of your choice of colors. You would just have to start new colors on your where you want them to be started. This one does it for you, but they don't really. I mean, they've come out with a lot of options for colors, but if there's a color that you're specifically looking for and they don't have it, then you'll have to do it yourself. And you might have to buy a skein. I say that because everybody says something differently about this, how to say that for the yarn and how it's made. Because it's not a ball, it's not a hank, it's not a donut, it's not what they called toilet seats when they came out with the, oh, what the heck did they call that? Oh my gosh. Where it was in the round thing and it had so much of one color that it changed to the other color and so on. That's what I'm talking about. I think they kind of went away with that, and I'm almost wondering if this was kind of a replacement for that product, because it still has the color changing every so many yards. But yeah, a lot of people, I almost did one too many in there, talking my head off. Yeah, so, and I don't know if you've watched the video, but I did an unboxing of my yarn inspiration order for the safety hats. I did get the correct color, and I guess I got free yarn, because they boo-booed and sent me the wrong stuff, and they haven't asked me to send it back, so I will have to figure out what I'm going to do with that yarn. My mother-in-law that lives with me requested a seat for her, a pillow for her wheelchair, so when she's in it, it doesn't, for long periods of time, it doesn't start bothering her. Which I told her that I would do that, but I would have to make sure that the yarn is washable and dryable, and I cannot remember if that yarn is or not. But yeah, so I might turn that yarn into a pillow for her, so she has something to cushion her if she's in that chair for too long. But again, I have to look to see if it is washable and dryable, because I have to make sure of that. Otherwise, it's not gonna work out very well. But yes, they did send me the correct color for the yellow, because I got the orange, but I was missing the bright yellow. And when after I make the first one, I will show you guys, see what you think, let me know. I am using Bag O' Day's bucket hat pattern for it, so there will not be a tutorial. So if you want to make one or make something similar to it, I will, when I show you guys the hat that I finished, I will link her video in the description box. And I'll tell you where I changed the colors and stuff like that, but I will not be doing a video on how to actually make it, because it's not my pattern. I'm just adjusting it with the color changes. Let's see, did this work? Because if not, then I'm going to have to even go down another hook size. Oh. I don't know if it did or not. Let's see. Yeah, I think so. I think so, because the white's way over here, and I still have all that And I got one more 3 double crochet and then the 2 to finish the corners. So let's see. Hopefully I didn't loosen up anything. All right, this might work. This might work. Maybe my perfect size for this yarn is actually the 5 millimeter, or H8, I think. Yeah, H8 hook size. Nope, because there's the white, and I still have one more to do. Well, let's see. Let's see here, because I don't know how I'm going to get that to work out. Okay, so let me make sure I didn't do anything more than, and I really don't want to go down another hook size for this, so I'm going to go back because it does look like some of these stitches might be a little looser than other ones, so I'm going to go back to the corner, try this again. Oh, well, interesting. I only put 2 double crochet here instead of 3 on the yellow round. That might be why it worked out, because I missed a double crochet here. That's all right. Some of these are getting hidden. All right. We won't tell anybody if I won't tell anybody if you don't tell anybody, but you see that I did 3, chain 1, and then I did 2. So this one probably wasn't gonna be perfect either, because there's only 2 double crochet here. So now I want to rip this out and go back to that corner and fix it. And again, I could have crocheted a little too loose for that one. I don't know. All right, there we go. Okay, so we're going to go back down here. Okay, next one. And I'm sorry for this video being so long, but I wanted to show you guys my experience with this yarn. So, let's finish this here. Okay, and one more. And it's going to kind of be a little off, but that's okay. It changed right in the middle of this crochet, double crochet, which is okay. 2, 3, into the 3rd chain. Come on, into the 3rd chain. There we go. All right. Okay. Slip stitch into that space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And I know you can hear me counting, but it's just me counting. Again, not a tutorial. And I'm trying to make sure that these are tight stitches. And we will again see where we end this row. This might be extremely curly on this one. But at least in the next one, I don't have to worry about my tension as much because it is the last round. So I cannot believe March is around the corner. I know a lot of people love summer, hot, warmer weather, but for me, give me 60 and below all day. I don't mind 60-degree weather. I don't mind freezing temperatures. For me, it's easier to warm up by layering than it is to cool off, because no matter how many layers you take off in the summertime, in Texas, it gets over 100 degrees in August. Now, we don't have the humidity here like the north does, but it's still really hard to cool off. And to me, that's worse than having to warm up. And I know the snow, but you know, the snow's really pretty to look at if you're not going out in it. It's very, very pretty. But for those who love, you know, the warmer months, they are coming. They are coming. And maybe by the time, you know, March 15th comes around, it'll be, you know, nice and spring weather for those who love that time, who love that time of year. Winter is my favorite season. I like fall too, but winter the most. But what's your favorite season? Let me know. Do you like summer? Do you like, wait, let's try this. Do you like spring, summer, fall, or winter? Let me know in the comments section if you've watched the video to this point. If you've skipped ahead, that's okay too. To see, you know, how long did it take her to make that one square? Because I am just on my first square. Here's my second to last corner, full corner. Getting ready to finish this side here. I would really like to know, what's your favorite time of year? Because in the winter, you can sit there and crochet all day long and it not bother you because you're keeping warm. Summer, you get a heavy blanket on your lap and you'll be like, okay, I need the air conditioning. Somebody come save me. I'm burning up over here. That's just my thought. Let me know what you think. And what do you crochet during the summertime with it being so much hotter than, you know, fall and winter? Do you crochet smaller things that, you know, wouldn't burn you up because it's so hot? Or do you just keep doing blankets or garments? Let me know. I don't know if I'll do anything in particular for the summer or if I'll just do what I normally do. I normally make blankets all year. I really like making baby blankets, and it's not because my family keeps growing. Not my family personally, but my nieces and nephews' families keep growing. You know, there's other people, I'm sure, that are having babies soon. Let's see. It's gonna be questionable. We'll see. All right. And even if it's like mid double crochet, I won't mind that because I did that on the last one. But if it's way before that, then that's a problem. So I'm even trying to pull this tighter here. Okay, go. All right, last 3 double crochets. One more. 2 here. It's going to be questionable. Questionable. Has anybody tried the all-in-one granny blanket yarn yet? Or have you not because you had too much trouble with this yarn? Oh, hey, it worked. It worked. All right. So I did go back and fix that corner to make it the 3 doubles. And then I just made sure that I crocheted as tight as I could going back around with the gray. And here I am at the white. It did change right here. You can see that white, but that's okay. That's down here. The white's up here. There's a little bit of gray. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now I'm going to slip stitch into the top of this. Chain 3 to complete. And then go over here and do my corner, my partial corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, on this one, it does not matter how tight or loose the stitches are, but I'm going to keep it with my 5mm crochet hook. Because this is the last round and I don't have to worry about how it ends, as long as I'm not here when it I'm not at the black when it ends, because this is the tail to weave in to the other granny squares. I'm going to use my little scissors here and cut this about there, and then that'll start the next one because I need 7 inches of a tail. So there's that. Put those back in here. Whee! Alright. There's that. And I've got all this white down here. That's a lot of white. I better not go through all that white. Alright, so let's finish this up. Now, again, everybody's opinion is their own, and mine for this one, I'm going to do out of 5 balls of yarn, I would rate this a 3. And the only reason I'm saying that is because you do have to play around with your tension. You may have to change your hook size. You may have to go up a hook size. You may have to go down a hook size like I did. You may have to just adjust it as you go per row. You may have to not do it because it's so frustrating for you. And this isn't that frustrating. Yes, it is worrisome that Yarnspiration does not tell you or recommend what hook they used, what brand of hook they used to test this with. 2, 3. Because that might help some people, like if they used a tapered hook. Okay, so we need to use a tapered hook. Maybe my stitches would come out better. Okay, they used a Susan Bates hook, because they do sell Susan Bates hooks. So they might have used her hook, but they don't tell you that. And that's probably because not everybody uses the same hook either. But my personal opinion, it's a 3 out of 5. It's not horrible to the point where I wouldn't buy it again. I did preemptively buy the purple, I think it's grape or something like that, purple one of this. I should have bought all of them that they had at Walmart when I got this for $2.50. $2.50. I'm not kidding you. Now it's back up to normal price. I don't know why they had it at $2.50, but they did. and it could have been the die lot number, because obviously they do have die lots on this. And it could have been a die lot number that they weren't going to carry again. So they figured they'd get rid of those and then put out the new one. I don't know. Let's see here. Where is... Oh, there it is. Okay, so... Yeah, there is a number. There's numbers. So off to the side here it says E310 2017. Underneath of that, it says 2143, 2024-6-29. I'm almost thinking this is the date that this was actually printed or made, and they did not put it out until well after that. But this one here specifically was $2.50 at my local Walmart. And like I said, I should have grabbed them all, but I did not. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, and I'm like, I'm just going to get one for now. But I'm kicking myself because I didn't get more than just the one. And when I went back one of the times and I walked past, I was looking like, okay, what's the price of that now? Oh, it's $7.88. I think that's what they sell it at, $7.88 for this one. And they had other colors that were reduced, but not as far as this. This one was the cheapest. And I can tell why, because it's neutral colors, black, gray, this like yellow color, a lighter gray, and then white. So it's pretty blah, blah colors for people who aren't really into neutrals. I'm not a person who's into neutrals, but seeing this worked up, it's not bad. It's not horrible, but it's not something I would normally gravitate to. What gravitated me to it was the price. And everybody can, a lot of people probably will understand that fact. Because with the price of yarn right now, it's crazy. To see how much it's gone up in the 5 years that I've been crocheting. I started crocheting in late 2020. I think it was like around September was when I finally got the hang of crocheting. I really wish I would have had my grandmother teach me, but I wasn't into it back. Well, yeah, I really wasn't into it back then, because when I was in middle school, I learned how to knit, but that didn't actually stick with me. If it did, I'd be able to pick up knitting needles and be like, hey, look at me go. But nope, that is not the case. That did not stay with me. I'm having more things sticking with me with crochet than I did with knitting. And maybe it's just because I really just wanted to crochet. I've been trying for I don't know how many years to learn, and found Crystal from Bag O' Day, found Jennifer from Cinnamon Stitches, and Jada from Jada and Stitches. Watching them all was what helped me, and it just stuck. I was trying to learn how to do the back loop only, and the pattern that I was reading was from a book that Walmart, back when Walmart had the kits and the books and all that stuff for crochet. I picked up one, and it had washcloths in it. And the one washcloth that I really wanted to learn had you go into the back loop only, and I was having the hardest time figuring that out. And then I figured it out by watching those three main channels. Now I did start watching, Creative Grandma and all them after I did, because I was still looking to learn more and more. And I think there was a pattern, my husband got me the all-in-one, like One Skein Wonders book for crochet, because I have a lot of one skeins, and I wanted to be able to use them up. Well, he got me that book, and there was a pattern in there for a scarf. but the way that it was worked was you did the foundation chain where you basically built up your single, double crochet, whatever it was. I think it was a single crochet foundation row or double crochet. And then I learned how to do that through watching somebody on YouTube. I don't remember which channel it was, but it was somebody that went over how to do that. And then I made that scarf. But I don't think I'll go back and make that again. I liked it, but it wasn't, that I don't like. I like it because you start out with your first row of single, double, half double, whatever it is that you're working with. And it does give a little bit of a stretch, but I had to go in the round on it. It wasn't like I went back and forth with it. It was you did the foundation row and then did a round. If I can find that scarf, I will show you guys in my next whips and updates or something like that. I don't know if I'll ever get to do a finished objects thing, other than my hooks and needles boxes that I finished up a pattern on. Other than that, I don't know about any others because I keep starting stuff. Look at this. I'm using all of this white yarn. How in the heck am I supposed to connect with just this little bit of yarn? I'm not even done. I still have two more spaces and then the corner. There's no way. There's no way. And they want you to chain one in between and chain two at the corners. And I'm only chaining one at the corners. So I don't know how this is going to work out. That's not, maybe I might change my, my number on the balls here. I said 3, but this is not, make sure I didn't over crochet on any of these here. That's 3, that's 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. And actually, no, that would be right. That ain't gonna make that much of a difference. I don't know, maybe I would have to go down to a 4.5 crochet hook. Because this is definitely not gonna make it to the end here and leave enough to weave in to the next one. Well, that's not good. Well, let me see if I can find, because this is a 4. I don't know if I have a 4.5. That was loud. That was loud. Let's see. Let's see here. A 4.5. A 4.5. Okay, well that's a 4.5. All right. Well, let me go back. Okay, well, I thought I would have more than enough yarn here, but that definitely is not. I don't think they know what they're talking about with this. All right, let me go to the 4.5 crochet hook. I'm just going to start this one over again. Again, I'm sorry if this video is longer than you anticipated, but it's a little educational because you can see what I went through. So if you go through the same thing, you know what you can do to correct what is going on here. Alright, so this one is going to be a tapered 4.5. because I don't think I have a Susan Bates that's a 4.5. I have a 4, but not a 4.5. So 1, 2. All right. Now let's try this. I may have to do this on my next one. Is use this size hook. Because like I said, I'm not chaining in between. Because if I did, I would run out well before. I think they need to go back to the drawing board for this one. I think I might change this to a 2. Because this is not cool. And I'm pretty sure it does not state on this one how long of a tail you're supposed to leave, but I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be 6 or 7 inches. And I did mine for 7 inches, and I'm still having trouble with the way that this yarn's working up. I think they need to go back to the drawing board and rethink these instructions, because I should not have run out of yarn at that point, because basically I would have done maybe the next section of the 3 double crochets, and I wouldn't have had enough yarn to do the next one. So now these hooks are coupe hooks. They're nice hooks. I use them every once in a while. I don't use them all the time, but I like to try out different hooks and see if I find one that's really, really good. So far, Susan Bates and any kind of inline hook like that are the ones that I gravitate towards. But if they don't work, then of course I'm going to use a tapered hook instead. Alright. Oh, next week's going to be a busy week for me. Next Thursday, I have to take the mother-in-law to the doctor. She's got 2 doctor's appointments right after I'm done working, so I'm going to try to get my videos done well before then. But again, it also depends on if my husband has to go out for work for a little bit, which is why I'm actually able to get this video done. It is going to be a later video today, and I do apologize for that, but after work, I went and had my breakfast, and then hubby went to work. And oh, also, you can meet my hubby if you watch the Universal Yums videos. We just did our turkey box that we received Tuesday, so we did that right away on Tuesday. That's about an hour long, but it's a good video. But yeah, you'll meet him in those videos. We are thinking about trying different snack box subscriptions to see which ones are the best. Right now, I don't know. Universal Yums, it's nice because I do get the largest box, so I get the drink, I get about 18, I think, snacks. You don't have to get that many if you don't want to. But yeah, check those videos out. Leave us a comment, like it if you like it. Let us know if you've ever tried that snack box, and what your thoughts have been on it. He's gotten the snack crate box, but then again, like he mentioned in this last video, he's not doing videos on those just yet. if we decide to stop the Universal Yums videos, we might go into the Munch Addict one. I'm not sure how I feel about how their subscriptions work, but we'll cross that bridge when we decide. Because I did prepay for the Universal Yums, I want to probably stop that when it's done with and try a different one. Just to show you guys what's out there, what you could, taste from other countries if you want. I'm trying to think of what else to talk about while I'm trying to get this granny square to work out for me. Now I am getting frustrated because I've had to change the hook size twice. I went from a 6mm to a 5.5 or I9 down to an H8, which is a 5mm. Now I'm using a 4.5mm, which I think is a G6 Plus. It didn't have its own lettering number like the 5 and 5.5 do. I think that was kind of an afterthought, so they just added a plus to this size. But yeah, this is crazy. And I'm still almost out of yarn. And I went down a hook size. This is nuts. I still have this one and the two here. So let's see what I have at the end of this, and then I'm going to end this video, because with the video that I already recorded before I started work the other day, plus this video, this is going to be probably at least an hour, if not longer. Okay, so there's that. This is what I have left to finish this. So I am thinking that either I need to start off with the 4.5mm crochet hook or the 5mm to keep it consistent, because starting with the 5.5 and then going down to the 5 did not help anything. And you can see that it's bubbling because these stitches are smaller and tighter than the previous rounds, and I'm still short. I'm doing 2 double crochets, so I will do one, probably, maybe, if I can get one. Nope, I don't think I can even get one. Yeah, I honestly think that they need to go back and look at this, because this, you should not have to change your tension all that much to get this correct. So what I'm going to do is, and I hate to say this, but I'm going to rip this out, and I am going to start from round 1 with the 4.5 crochet hook, because I don't think it's my tension. I really don't. I think it is the way that this yarn is made, and whoever, if this was tested by a machine, they need to have somebody hand test this yarn, because this should not be this complicated to do. It should go smooth. It should be, okay, yes, your tension should be a factor. I agree with that. But if they did not have somebody personally test this yarn, they really need to do that. Because this is crazy. This did not, and I think round 1 was the only round I did not have to go back and fix, because it ended right where it was supposed to. So I'm going to leave round 1 the way it is. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and go down to the 5, not the 4. 5. Okay? And I'm going to try to be real quick. I'm just going to crochet this and see what happens. If it comes out right, it comes out right. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm just going to leave it as it is, and then you can make your own decision about this yarn. And while I'm working on this, I will keep talking, because I know the pattern now. It's not that hard. So what are you all up to? What are you working on? Are you working on something new? Are you working on something that you've had for a while? Is it something that you've just started? Is anybody watching this that's doing Jada's unblanket this year, where she's making the little tapestry hangings for the months? Are you working on a previous project that Jada did for the calendar blanket? I still have not yet to finish 2023's calendar blanket. I think that will be after I do the hats, at least one of each color of the safety hats. I think I really need to go back and finish that blanket. I also need to finish my campfire wrap, the one that I did a tutorial on the stitch pattern that I'm using for it, but I have to be able to sit and complete that in like 1 or 2 days because of the way that the pattern works up. You really have to pay attention onto what row you're working on the repeat. Okay. Okay, one more. For it to work out properly, because I've lost track of where I'm at on it. I don't know when I will get back to that pattern. And that was the sun, I think I called it the sunburst pattern. It is on the channel, and there's also a written pattern on my website. It's linked in the description box for that, on that video. Okay, now I've actually come across where, okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so using the 5mm crochet hook, I have that much gray before it turns to the yellow. So, alright, let me make sure that this is correct. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay. Alright. You know what? I know I said I wasn't going to do this, but I cannot. Okay. Nope. Wrong one. There we go. Nope. Wrong one. Man down, man down. Alright. Okay. Oops, that's not. Oh, there we go. Alright. Alright. Come on. Yeah, I know that you won't know. Yeah, this, I really think somebody needs to test this yarn again, because as much as I really want it to work out, it's not. So, alright, that's gonna be it for this, because this is starting to get me frustrated, because it's not, it should be. So here's the color change from the dark gray to the yellow. I'll wait till it starts to focus here. That's supposed to be yellow. There we go. Yellow. Looked white up against that black. And then it's the light gray and then the white. But this is just not, and I was having fun with it. But then at the end, there wasn't enough white to go around the whole thing. So I'm really hoping that the flower power is better than this one. We will find that out next week. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please hit that the thumbs button, the thumbs up button. If you like my videos, please go ahead and hit that subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And comment and let me know what your thoughts are. Did you have the same trouble? Did you keep changing your tension to see if that was the problem or if it was the hook problem? Let me know in the comment section. And if you ever bought this for something other than a granny square, let me know what you made with it. Alright, well, until next time, everybody, I hope you all stay safe, stay warm, and stay crafty. Bye-bye.